Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Full Metal Demon Muramasa. Today, well, apparently Japan's getting nuked. It's an alternate history, and I guess some things never change. More realistically, we are attempting to stop a bomb from falling on Japan and potentially giving our sister Hikaru infinite power and possibly immortality to cure their madness and slowly decaying body. You know, mild problems. Like, I'm slowly dying and will probably die the next time I wake up. Yeah, let's stop her. Let's stop the crazy who wants to kill everyone on the planet. Seems good. So, let's dive into this. They're approaching Kamakura. I assume this is the blimp carrying the payload? We just changed scenes, if you last recall. Now, we did pick the Muramasa route, so we are actively trying to stop this bomb from falling instead of assisting it. Let's see how it goes. I see. Is the bomb ready? Yes, sir. Detonator is armored. I was expecting armed, and it said armored, and standing by in the drop chute. Very well. Colonel? Yeah? Will we win, sir? Yes, Lieutenant Gargett. We'll win. We'll take Yamato. We'll rise against the Queen and free our motherland once and for all. Our comrades await on the wide plains of home. Now, I don't want to, say something too crazy, but have these guys ever considered working with the enemies of the Queen? I know it's, a crazy idea, but, what if you just, tried to find people who were opposed to the rule of GHQ in, Yamato, and then work with them to, do this? I know they wouldn't have actually found anyone with too many resources, but it seems like an avenue that would have been nice to try. Oh well, I'm going to assume that in universe, they search for that and didn't really find anyone who was willing to lead an uprising against Rokuhara and GHQ, so they're just like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves, as this is where they're weak. That's what I'm thinking is how it happened. It makes sense to have something like that, where you're like, well, I don't see an opportunity, no one's really trying to overthrow Rokuhara, so fuck it, we'll try to make a mess here. They also I'm surprised they haven't been funded at some point by the Russians, which are the enemy of GHQ. You'd think the Russians would be on board with funding or bankrolling people who are actively trying to overthrow them. Maybe that's just not a possibility since they're in the military. But it's if Russia is your main enemy, what is your enemy doing this whole time? Any ideas? Nah, they're not doing anything. I know it's not the focus of the story, but it's oh, these are possibilities. I wonder what plots the Russian government was planning, They do invade at one point in, I think, the first route. I think that's what it is. I think the first route, Russia shows up and gets a foothold in Yamato, so it's not like they're doing nothing. They kind of just seize the advantage in that opportunity. We'll see. Alright, our comrades await on the wide plains of home. Those we've lost deserve no less. General Willow, George. I feel like assassinating Rokuhara would be so much more effective here. Oh my goodness. I mean, in theory, if you could get the connections to do this, but it'd be pretty difficult. I won't waste your brother's sacrifice. Hi. Thank you, sir. What's that? Something wrong, sir. On the ground. Oh, those are men. Why haven't they pulled back? Give me the ground commander now. Sir. Colonel? Well?
あのシルバーが出現したらしく。
It's chaos, sir. Code Silver appeared above Futaraku Castle.
なんだと。その影響で我が軍の撤退は完了しておりません。銀星号が原因と思われる狂乱状態の渦中に巻き込まれています。
Forces are unable to complete their withdrawal. Several units have gone berserk. Code Silver is believed to be the cause.
何を迷うのだね、キャノン中佐。
Okay, Colonel, what difference does it make? A very good question.
教授。
We haven't had this perspective before, Professor.
さあ、炭造雷弾を投下する時だ。
Time to drop the bomb. Give the order.
スラップスティックコメディをやる気はありませんよ。
Did he just say he's not into slapstick comedy? Wait, did they translate out the word slapstick comedy for habit of acting the fool?
スラップスティックコメディをやる気はありませんよ。
He's not in the habit of slapstick. Yeah. He's not a slapstick actor. Would be way cooler, but oh well. We're not putting on a slapstick show or something like that. I feel like they could have included slapstick. People know what that is. Oh well. I'm not in the habit of acting the fool.
僕にもないね。
Or so it happens, neither am I.
味方の頭の上に爆弾を落とせと。
You'd have me drop the bomb on my men?
必要な犠牲だ。
The sacrifice is necessary.
必要と言い切るには理論が足りていないと思いますが。
Too early to make that assessment.
そうかな。試してみようか。
Let's review the facts.
今炭造雷弾を使えば六原を撃滅できる。ヤマトの民は我々に依服し、我々は大英連邦に挑む足場を獲得する。
Drop the bomb now and Rokuhara is finished. Yamato will submit to your rule. You'll have a base from which to challenge the Empire. Why not say something like, Ginsego is here. The bomb might even kill Ginsego. Your men are already lost. They're just causing damage to people, potentially civilians, right now. Wouldn't that be a better argument? I know Wolf's all about trying to incentivize this guy with glory, but I'd be like, okay, well, Ginsego just took over your entire arm, took over those guys. Tell everyone who's not Berserk to retreat, like, as fast as possible. And say fuck it to the rest of the guys, because you're gonna have to kill them at a later date anyway.
Ima ga kouki. 次の機会はいつやってくるかわからない。
The only shit. You have some friends who are considering cross-dressing cosplay to get a $500 gift card? Would you cosplay as someone of the opposite gender for $500? I don't know, that seems fair. Assuming the cosplay costs less than that, that seems like an okay deal. Your only chance. Another may never come. I failed to see any basis for argument. I feel like his argument was weak here.
さて、論議の余地があるかな?
I feel like Wolf's argument's really weak. He should just say, can those guys even be saved? The ones who are sane, maybe. Oh well.
中佐、するべきことは分かっているはずだよ。無駄な時間を費やすのは予想じゃないか。
You know what you must do, Colonel? Every second now is a second wasted. I feel kind of bad for the Colonel getting used so much. This guy clearly has a noble goal, a noble dream of sorts, and he's getting used so much by the Green Dragon Society.
私はあなたと違って凡人なんです。そう簡単には真実とそうでないものを割り切れませんよ。
I'm a simple man, Professor. I need time to determine what's true and what's not. Because an easy statement to make would be like, in Ichijo's arc, we saw what happens when a bunch of crazies are just, a bunch of people are just made crazy by Ginsego. They'll randomly attack the towns and kill everyone nearby if you don't kill them first. So this could be a way to stop a ton of Berserk people from slaughtering an entire city. You could say like, hey, on this island, a bunch of our troops are good loyal British soldiers went fucking berserk, killed half their own unit, and a bunch of them ran off to the town. They had to be put down by local militia forces. Because presumably you don't know that Masamune killed them. You're like, okay, look. We could have a ton of our soldiers go berserk, murdering civilians in the town, literally like 50 meters away from the castle we bombed. You know, we could have just let them go, had them kill half the city, then how would you look? Oh wow, look, we got video recordings of British soldiers hacking people to pieces in the streets. That's lovely. Our PR's in the toilet. Warcraft Center. Or we could just bomb the fucking base. That would be an okay argument.
普段なら悩むのもいい。納得のいく結論が出るまで考え抜くのもいい。し
At
か
least
し
this argument makes sense.
今は決断の時なのだ。
Under any other circumstances, I'd say take your time, work through your doubts until you're wholly satisfied with the answer, but now's the moment for action, Colonel.
軍人ならわかるだろう。
Surely you can see that, experienced soldier that you are.
あいにく戦場で味方を爆撃してでも目的達成に固執するべきなのかという問題に取り組むのはこれが初めてでして。
I should point out that Ginsego does drill down in the castle, and if Ginsego's successful in containing the bomb, no one dies. From the bomb, that is, right? As Chachamaru and you are hiding out in the rubble of the castle, alive, and the rubble is from your fight, not from the bomb explosion. So, from our perspective, the potentially omniscient reader's perspective, we have third-person omniscient perspective. We have knowledge that this won't actually kill anyone, so we can be more aggressive in pursuing the bomb, right?
地上に我々の味方などいない。あれは連盟軍、大英連邦の手先だよ。
They're not your
そう
men,
ではないか？
the queens, slaves of the empire, are they not?
その中に同胞もいるんですよ。
Comrades are among them,
必要な犠牲だ。わからないのか君ほどの男が。
and they'll understand some sacrifices are necessary. You know that.
つまり無垢な少女のパンツを脱がすことは至上の閲楽だが、しかしその閲楽を味わうためにはまず苦汁を飲んでパンツを履かさなくてはならない。そういうことなのだ。
It's one of those crazy rants again. To strip the panties from an innocent girl is the greatest pleasure on God's green earth, but to taste that pleasure, one must first summon all of his courage and resolve, and give her panties to wear. It's the same, Colonel, do you see? Yep, it's one of his crazy rants.
ますますわからなくなりましたが。
Thankfully, I do not.
手を焼かせる男だな。中佐、君はウィロー少将の最後をもう忘れ去ってしまったのか。
Oh, better of you, man. Did Willow's death mean nothing to you?
彼の遺言を忘れたのか。君に頼むとそう言っただろう。
Remember his last words? He begged you to carry on his dream.
彼の悲願を踏みにじるつもりかね。
Would you forsake him at the moment of truth?
ウォルフ教授。
Professor Wolf.
さあ、君のなすべきことは一つだけだ。直ちに命令を下すのだよ。
Now, Colonel, you know what you must do. Give the order, drop the bomb.
素敵なライターだね。でも、僕はタバコをやらないんだ。
My, what a beautiful lighter. I've given up smoking myself.
それは健康的でよろしい。ぜひそのまま健康的な態度を取り続けてください。
Yo, what's up, my dude? Star. A healthy choice, Professor. I hope you continue making healthy choices, at least for the imminent future.
この素敵なライターは使い方を一つ間違えるだけで大変に不健康な結果を招いてしまうので。
One mistake with this lighter can have unhealthy consequences.
どうしても。そう、どうしても。
If you're so determined to drop that infernal bomb,
フォージドボムを落としてほしいとおっしゃるのなら、まずはその真意を明かしていただきましょう。
first tell me
そ
why.
れ
It's
が
a
筋
reasonable
道というも
request,
のではありませんか。
don't you think?
何を今さら君は言うのかな。すべては大英連邦の傲慢なる支配に拒絶の鉄槌を加えるため。
But you already know why. Colonel, everything I've done for the revolution, to oust the prideful queen from her.
教授。あと一度だけ同じ質問をします。返答が変わらなかった場合、
残念ですが、不
I'll ask
健
you
康
one
な
more
お
time.
体になっていただきますので、どうか慎重にお答えください。
And if your answer doesn't change, I'm afraid your health will take a turn for the worse, so please consider carefully.
あなたはフォージドボムの使用にこだわってきた。そう、勝利ではない、戦果ではない、政治的意義ではない。ただボムを不堕落に投下するというその行為にのみ執心していた。
Not victory, or conquest, or political impact. Your sole objective from the very beginning was to drop the forged bomb on Futaraku Castle. I mean, he's not wrong. Colonel's pretty observant. I'm glad he's finally noticed things. This is interesting. Okay, okay. It took him long enough to act on his suspicions. Considering this guy just randomly went from like, oh yeah, let's carry out our plan, to being like, bomb, we need to bomb them. We need to start a war to drop the bomb on them. We need to bomb them. It's like everything is about using that bomb.
そのために我々に近づいた。
That's why you came to us in the first place.
キャノン君、どうも誤解が。
Colonel, there's been a misunderstanding.
ウォルフ教授、覚えてらっしゃいますか？
What you said? I remember what he said. That's a good question.
開戦前の横浜での会話を。
Back in Yokohama the day before we attacked.
いえ、勝てない可能性すらあります。負けるとまでは言わずとも。こちらが起とする敵軍主力の早期撃滅を果たせない恐れがあります。
We may not be able to win. At least not quickly as we need for the plan to work. A stalemate would be just as deadly as defeat.
苦戦すると？
You expect a hard fight?
ええ、
Yeah.
そうだな。好都合ではないか。
That's perfect.
何ですと？
Excuse me? Trying to de-stress through us, but he wasn't having it. It's unfortunate. I find us kind of stressful to play in general. I'd probably play something chill that I could win at. That's usually how I go. Or like some 4X game. Because, you know, 4Xs, if you're like really stressed out or frustrated, assuming the 4X isn't on like some crazy hard difficulty and you're like pretty much sure you can win, you know, a 4X game like Civ, it's pretty chill. You end up doing stuff and then you just, at some point you're just kind of like clicking next turn, chilling out. It worked. You got an SS on the map. Oh, nice, nice. Sounds like you might be feeling a bit better. Or at least getting stuff done. Excuse me, how is it better if there's lots of resistance?
戦況が不利になったら、それを口実に鍛造雷弾の使用許可を求めればよいのだ。連盟本部も大規模な増援を派遣するよりお手軽な方を望むだろう。
He did say that aloud. A stalemate would give us cause to demand they release the forged bomb. Geneva will surely choose that over the expense of sending reinforcements. You found reading Lord of the Rings helps you de-stress. You enjoy Tolkien describing the Shire and food. Mostly food? Nice. Yeah, Tolkien's got away with words. Does a good job.
教授、少し無謀が過ぎませんか？
Awful. You're taking an awful lot on faith, don't you think?
いや、そう決めつけたものでもないぞ、キ
Wait
ャ
a
ノン
minute,
中
Colonel. We
佐。
may have something here.
あなたはあの時、好都合だと言ったんです。
You called that scenario perfect.
何が好都合なんでしょうね。通常兵力による関東侵攻を選択した我々にとって最良の結末とは、作戦が順調に運び、最低限の損害で不堕落を落とすことです。
You wanted to horrifically end some of your book characters, but we're in the mood to write. Is that satisfying for a writer? I guess maybe if the book characters are assholes, maybe. Randomly killing your protagonist and making him suffer doesn't sound super appealing to me, but I'm also not a writer. So what did you mean by that? The perfect scenario from which we captured Futaraku with minimal was one which we capture Futaraku with minimal losses, but that's not what we're talking about then. Yeah, he's talking about potential scenarios for the war, and he said a stalemate resulting in the bomb being dropped is perfect for him. Okay.
苦戦に陥り、フォージドボムを使わねばならない状況にまで追い込まれることが好都合であるはずがありませんよ。
In this scenario we were discussing, our casualties would be so high, so grievous, only the bomb could save the mission. What part of that was perfect?
好都合なのはあなた個人だ。そうなんでしょう、教授。
The part where you get to drop the bomb. Isn't that right, Professor?
どんな理由でか、フォージドボムを絶対に使わなくてはならないあなたにとっては、我々の苦戦こそ望ましい。そうなるよう努力もなさいましたか？
You needed the bombs, you needed a fight, a hard fight that would kill many of my men. I wonder, did you take steps to make it harder?
六原に情報を流すとか。
By leaking intel to Rokuhara, for example?
答えていただきましょう、ウォルフ教授。あなたの目的は何です？
You know what's kind of funny? Wolf could actually say he didn't leak any intel about the original invasion to Rokuhara. He can say, I didn't leak any intel to make the invasion harder. Because the only intel he's leaked is whether or not the bomb was going to be dropped. I wonder if Wolf can say, I told my contact, I have a contact in Rokuhara, and they're the one who sent the swordsman to get you out. I wonder if he would actually buy that. Like, the swordsman Joan isn't just any agent of Rokuhara, he's the leader of their special forces. I wonder if then he'd sound way less suspicious, because it's like, oh no, Rokuhara is down with this. Yo, what up, my dudes? Don't do self-inserts. He'll just take a bigger one. So what's the objective?
最後の審判を仰ぐためですよ。
To bring the final judgment, Colonel.
ガーゲット注意。
うかつな真似はなさらないでください。召喚のライターも不健康な代物です。
Please refrain from any sudden movements. My lighter is also of the unhealthy variety.
君はウォルフ教授の仲間なのか？
One of Wolf's? That's right.
真実を求める同志といったところかな。
I suppose you'd call him a fellow truth seeker. Ah, you're building your clone hero guitar. I see. Yeah, that's a fun hobby. I used to have Guitar Hero guitars that I used for that you could use for Clone Hero, or whatever else you wanted to play. Alas, I think I left them at my parents' house, and they've eventually all been worn out by other people using them. But oh well, at least they're seeing some use. I don't think I've really wanted to play that in a long time. Fellow Truth Seeker.
それは違いますよ。召喚は
Truth means little to me,
俺
Professor. I
は
only
もう
want the
単に疲れたんです。
I only want this to end.
疲れたんですよ。キャ
Tired
ノ
of
ン
it all,
中佐、
Colonel.
注意。
Lieutenant.
ヤマトを占領してどうなるんです。次は大英連邦を相手に果てしない戦争をやるんでしょ
Next we fight the Empire.
う。いつ終わるかわからない。
Who knows
勝てる
how
かどうか
long
もわ
that'll
からない
take.
戦争。
Or if we can even win.
も
Enough.
ううんざりなんですよ。
I've had my fill of war.
だから故郷の解放を諦めるのか？
You're tired of war, so you're abandoning your home?
代償は金か、それとも別の何かか、それは知らないが、この怪しげなヒゲ男に誇りと仲間を売り渡し、のどかに余生を過ごすと？
I don't know what this huckster promised you, but do you really think you can sell your soul, your comrades, and live the rest of your life in peace? Oh, I won't be living long if my plan comes to fruition.
あのジョージの弟だ。もう少し気概はあると見ていたんだがな。
You of all people bending the knee. I thought George's
まさか
brother would
女
have
王
more
に
spine.
本心から屈服しても構わないと思っているとはね。
Yeah, fun VN? Oh yeah, it's a fun VN. Lots of drama. Like right now, we have the suspicious red-haired man who joined with the British military, and he's basically his only mission, because he's actually a spy, has been to try and convince them to nuke a specific place in Japan. Because the goal of his organization is basically to try and give all of the magic power to some crazy chick and try to make a god. What a plan! What a plan! We got they're on the airship. on the airship with the bomb. They had to like rebel against their government to do it, and they're kind of leading this colonel around. That's Blondie. And he's been very suspicious, but now he's like outright like, what are you guys actually planning? And it's not working well. Lots of fun for I guess it's part of the main story, but considering our protagonist basically never interacts with these people, at least it's entertaining, right? Sounds like a fun plot. Yeah, none of these are the protagonist or even like major side characters. The story that we're following is the main story, but quite interesting. Our protagonists are all at the ground and are going to be within a few miles of the bomb. And this route, in the previous route we just said fuck it and let the bomb fall. In this route, we are going to try and stop it, but we only changed our minds like 5 minutes ago. Alright.
見くびらないでほしい。女王に頭を下げたりはしません。
You misjudge me, sir. I'll never bow to the queen.
だが戦うのはやめて、どこか南の島にでも逃げたりはするのか。
We run off to some tropical paradise and let better men do the fighting? Is that it?
いいえ、戦いますとも。
I fully intend to fight.
大英連邦に裁きは与えますとも。
The Empire will receive its comeuppance.
それは素晴らしい。
Fantastic. When?
何百年後にだい。
In 100 years?
今日のうちに。
No, Colonel. Today.
最後の審判とか言ったな。
You mentioned final judgment?
ええ。
Yes, sir.
最近の若者のジョークには疎くてね。おじさんにも分かるように説明してもらえないか。
You'll have to excuse me. I'm not up in the latest slang. Mind explaining what that means? Please tell me all of your evil plan is like. That's like the. I gotta say, that's like the thinnest, the frailest excuse I've seen for please tell me your master plan. I'm not up on the latest slang. What's that final judgment shit you're talking about, kids?
構いませんが、まず炭蔵雷弾の投下を。
Happy to, sir. Only after you drop the bomb. That's why we're
我
here.
々はそれを求めているのです。
As you pointed out.
自分でやったらどうだ。見たところ上官の頭に銃を押し付ける遊びで忙しいようだが、
Why don't you drop
実
the
は俺
bomb?
も学術顧問を相手に同じ遊びの最中でね。
As you can see, I'm a bit busy holding my gun on Chief Science Advisor here.
中佐。
Colonel,
神を呼ぶのだよ。
we're gonna summon God.
教授。
What?
神を呼ぶのだ。我々の世界に。
We're gonna summon God, Colonel, into our world.
神の前ではあらゆる虚偽が剥ぎ取られる。人類はその罪を、業を、すべての真実をさらけ出し、正にせよ負にせよ、価値を定められることになるだろう。
The classic death cult strat. We're gonna summon God. The age of lies will come to an end. Every man's sins will be laid bare, and his worth to be judged in the eyes of the Lord. Oh Lord, that's philosophy is if you aren't the strongest, you should die.
私の知っている神様というやつは怠け者で、なかなか人間の前には姿を見せてくださらないはずなんですがね。
In my experience, God's an unreliable sort. I've never known him to make public appearances.
神はこの数千年、地底の寝室で寝てばかりだ。高いびきでね。神を大いなる父として崇め立て祭りたい我々にとって、
Well, it's not wrong.
あまり理想的なお姿とは言えない。
God's not very active. Very true. For the last several thousand years, God's lain abed deep underground, snoring happily away. For we who deserve to witness his glory, this state of affairs is less than ideal. Oh, desire, not deserve.
そろ
He's
そ
not
ろ
that arrogant.
シャキッとしていただこうと思うのだ。まずは寝床から叩き起こし、外に出て日光を浴びてもらわねば。
It's high time for our father to rise, I say. It's been so long since he's seen the sun. But first, we must rouse him from his slumber.
誤解だといいのですが。
I sincerely hope I'm mistaken.
あなたはもしかして実在する神を地上へ下ろすと言いたいのですか？
Are you talking about bringing a real god here?
ああ、そうだ。
That's right. You must be out of your mind. Is that his next line?
そのために炭蔵雷弾という特大の鐘を打ち鳴らすのだよ。
And the forge bomb's the bell that will wake him?
申し訳ありませんが、教授。
Sorry, I don't understand.
全く理解できません。
I don't understand what you say. That's fair. That's fair. You think the Doctor is the only one who will be glad to find out their creator is an ass and panty-obsessed artist who likes to draw tan girls? I mean, the man does nothing but talk about panties when he's not trying to be super ultra serious.
人知の理解を超えるところにも真実はある。そういうことだ。
The Doctor will be happy. Honestly, though, I think the art for the male characters isn't terrible. Pretty good. It's pretty good. People look fine here. Quite alright, Colonel. Some truths lie beyond human understanding.
神秘主義者の常套句ですな。
A common sentiment among cultists. Wolf being called out.
その一言で思考停止するべきではない。君は考え、そして認めた方がいい。
Don't let that prejudice you. Open your eyes and your mind. You'll come to realize the truth.
地底の神とやらを。
God is sleeping underground.
君はずっと見過ごしていたガーゲット中尉の配信を今ようやく事実として認めているだろう。
Yes, before this moment, would you have believed that Lieutenant Gargett would betray you? No, and yet here he is.
それと同じことさ。
It's the same thing. Okay then. Crazy
君
talk.
は僕の知る中で最も明敏な人物の一人だ。
You know, you remind me of Hadrick.
ハイドリヒ君を思い出すよ。
One of the brightest men I've ever known.
しかし、完璧な知性の所有者ではない。かの SS 大将ラインハルト・ハイドリヒもやはり完璧ではなくテロに倒れたように。
No man can be all-seeing, all-knowing. Even the leader of the Schutzstaffel couldn't save himself from a terrorist bomb.
何がおっしゃりたいので。
What are you trying to say? What is he trying to
君
say?
が気づいていない真実についてさ。ガーゲット注意だけだと思うかね？
We're speaking of truths beyond your understanding. Do you think the lieutenant's the only one?
君は GHQ の各部署へ新大陸独立派の仲間を密かに送り込み権限を掌握しただろう。
How did you American
同
dreamers
じこ
take
とを
control of
僕がやっ
GHQ?
ていたとしたら不思議かな？
By slipping your men quietly into every nook and cranny of this vast operation. Would it surprise you to learn I could do the same?
何ですと？
What?
もちろん簡単ではなかったがね。しかし注意の兄ジョージ・ガーゲット少佐の死後は差し物君も足元への注意がそれまでよりおろそかになった。
Yeah, it wasn't easy, I assure you. After the lieutenant's brother died, even you developed some cracks in your armor.
その隙に僕の仲間が潜り込んだ。君の組織の中に。
And through those cracks, I slid my men into every part of your organization.
決して多数ではないが、必要な時に必要な働きができる程度の数はいる。
Enough to do what was necessary when the time came.
この船の中にも。
On this ship, for example.
今この時、必要な間だけ船の機能を奪い取れる程度の数は。
Only a handful of men, but enough to seize control for the short time needed to carry out our purpose. Well, looks like you lost control, Colonel.
さて、キャノン中佐。
Now then, Colonel.
僕はこれから質問と要求をする。イエスかノーで答えてもらおう。
I'll present you 3 statements and 1 question. Please reply yes or no to each,
どうぞ。
as you wish.
君は多くの大切なことを見落とした。
You failed to see the truth.
イエス。
Yeah.
君は完璧ではなかった。
You understood nothing about me?
イエス。
Yeah.
君は敗北した。
You've lost.
イエス。
Yes.
では我々に協力してくれるかな？
Then will you join us? I like how he had that entire phrase or like section parsed out. Usually this guy seems like he just makes crazy rants about panties. And now he's actually doing an alright job playing like a bit of a mastermind role. It's kind of cool. Alright, then will you join us?
ノー。
No.
教授、私は敗者です。
I may have lost
そしてあ
Professor,
なた方は勝者ではない。
but you haven't won.
なぜかな？
Oh, why is that?
単なる一般論ですよ。
Simple.
神に祈る者、
神を敬う者、神を知らぬ者、神を罵る者が勝者になった例はある。しか
You
し
can believe in God, pray to
神に
God,
すがる者は常に敗者だ。
or ignore him, and still turn out a winner in the end. But a man who depends upon God is always a loser. Oof, hitting the cultists where it hurts. Or at least the guy behind him who's depending on God. Honestly, I don't think Wolf cares that much if God actually does anything. He just wants to see him. He's one of those guys who's like, I want to just see what happens. Fuck it, I'll do everything.
そうか。
Oh, I
ウォ
see.
ルフ教授、私からも最後に一つ構いませんか。
If you don't mind, I got a statement of my own.
これまでずっと言いたくてたまらなかったことがあって。
Something I've been itching to say for a while now.
なんだい？
What is it?
この狂人が。
Out of your fucking mind.
いや
Yeah. He said yes, and someone shot someone. Did the colonel just fire away? Guess we'll find out. Right, the first 3 years of her life were happy. Looking back, this only made everything worse. She spent those years in a tiny mountain village, a nameless girl raised by an elderly couple with whom she shared no common bond. Her caretakers were simple folk, not saints, but as capable of kindness as most folk are. They treated her as well as they would any child, never spoke of why they adopted her. Her life was threadbare but peaceful, and so she was happy. It was the last happiness she would ever know. Ah, rip. In her 4th year, the thieves attacked the nameless girl's home. They murdered her parents and then turned their blades on her. That was the moment her happiness ended, for 3 terrible things had occurred. First, she lost the only family she'd known. Second, she learned the fear of death. And third, they had taken too long to kill her. By allowing her dormant nature to awaken, the thieves unwittingly saved her life, and that was the greatest misfortune of all. With sudden hideous strength, she tore the bandits limb from limb, all the while screeching in agony, for her world had changed and the change tormented her. The girl didn't die that night, but the village took no pity on her, and instead they feared her for what she'd done and spoke of driving her from their midst. She didn't resist and left before the bodies were even laid to rest, striking out into the deep forest far from any human dwelling. No one had yet told her to go, they didn't need to. She knew it was whispered in every house and hearth. She was no longer welcome. Even if she had been, she would have done the same. I assume this is Chachimari, right? That visual tells me it is, too. People had become a source of torment. Everywhere they were, she could hear their cries crashing against her like waves on a cliff. She covered her ears and plugged them with wax, but nothing could keep the voices out. Only distance offered some measure of relief. The further she went, the softer they became until almost fading away. But there was one voice that never faded, no matter how far the girl ran. This voice came from deep underground, a constant roar filling her skull. Days and months passed without sleep, and here is where her happy childhood exacted its most bitter toll. For she still remembered those first 3 years, the peace, the quiet. She still remembered what it was to sleep. She was 3 years old. That comfort would never be hers again, and so she suffered, this nameless girl, for she couldn't rest, and she couldn't die. Time passed until one day men found her deep in the woods. They'd been searching for months, they said. It was time for her to come home. They brought her to a great manor, and there she was washed, given clean clothes, beautiful clothes such as she had never seen. And a man came to see her, a great lord with gentle eyes, who embraced the nameless girl and said, "Welcome home, daughter." The lord was her father, she learned. Her mother had died in childbirth, and though he loved her dearly, circumstances hadn't allowed him to raise her himself. Instead, he'd given her to an elderly couple to nurture and protect until he could claim her. But when the time had come, it was too late. The couple had been murdered by brigands, and the child vanished without a trace. He'd worried, he told her through tears. He'd lain awake nights praying for her safety, but that was all over now. They were together at last, father and daughter, and everything would be alright, except she's a telepath that can tell if he's lying. First, she needed a name. Yep. Thus, the nameless girl became Lady Chacha, Princess of Porigoe, and sole heir to Ashikaga Muramasa. She had the finest clothes, the best food, servants to wait on her every need, but none of it could make her happy, not as she'd been all those years ago. After all, she could hear everything.
まさか本当にあの半エミ氏を後継ぎになさるおつもりですか?
The chief vassal doesn't like her. He says, "My lord, you can't truly mean to make that half-breed your heir?"
愚かなことを聞くな。あれはつなぎだ。 つなぎに過ぎん。
Don't be ridiculous, she's a stopgap, nothing more.
後継ぎが流行り病で死んでしもうたからな。このままでは我が家は廃絶する。畜生同然でも我が子は我が子。手元に置く必要があったのだ。
Because my worthless son caught a fever and died, my entire line's in jeopardy. But even a feral child's still a child, so long as she's my heir, my fortune remains with my house.
そこまで焦らずとも。
You're still young, my lord.
たけ、あの忌々しい森氏めが虎視眈々とわしの隙を伺っておることを忘れたと申すか。
Cool. You know how my cursed brother Moriuchi hungers to
や
play
つ
my
にすれば
holdings.
格好の攻撃材料よ。
You think he won't use the lack of an heir to engineer my house's
次
downfall?
男坊あたりを養子に押し込んで聞かね
Force me to adopt that second son of his?
え。はあ、確かに。
Excellent point, lord. Believe me,
そんな理由でもなくば、わしとてあんな妙なガキを引き取るものか。
I want nothing to do with
あ
that
れは
monster.
出
She
生から
shouldn't
して
even
おか
exist.
しいのだ。気まぐれで手をつけた虎鉄の助門主が腹みよったので、面倒が生じる前に我が身を鍛造して剣になれと命じたのだがな。どうしたわけか。
Kotetsu?
できたのは赤子。
I had my way with her, harmless I thought, and then I hear she's with child. I had to take steps. I ordered her to forge herself into a Tsurugi, but what do I get instead? A baby.
エミシどもはそれを28代目虎鉄入道沖永だと剣だと言い張ってよこしてきたが、まったく気味の悪い話よ。
The Amishi who presented the mewling infant insisted this was my Tsurugi, the 28th Nagasone Kotetsu. Madness, I'd never heard the like.
それで辺境の村に追いやられたので、
And that's why you had her sent to the village?
事情も話さず押し付けてきたのだ。粗略にされてすぐに死ぬだろうと思っておった。それが3年経って念のために調べてみれば、何の悪運かしぶとく生き延びておる。
I had assumed they'd let her starve. I surely gave them no reason to do otherwise. But nope, 3 years later I get a report that she's still alive of all the cursed luck.
鬱陶しくなって資格を放ったのだが、
So I send men to deal with the
これ
problem.
が潜んじてな。
But they all wind up dead.
なんと
あのガキ、生まれが生まれだけに怪しい力でもあるのかもしれん。わしの種からそんな魔物ができたかと思うと、心地が悪くてたまらぬわ。
You may have some power, I can't say. Her birth was certainly strange enough. To think such an unnatural creature would spring forth from my seed. It's
し
revolting.
かし殿、
Still, my
そ
lord.
れは今にして思えば幸いでございましたな。殺し損ねた
Assassins
から
had
こそ
succeeded.
お家を救う役に立てられるわ
You
け
couldn't
で、
have saved your house. I can see why Chachamaru killed this
う
guy.
ん。だが、あくまでつなぎ、
Remember, it's only temporary.
次の子が生まれたら、あれは今度こそ始末せねば。
As soon as my next child is born, dispose of her.
は
Of course. Oh yes, she heard it all. She heard it all. Years passed, wars were fought, Rokuhara ascended to dominion over Yamato, and at long last the princess' father got the child he so desired. That night, as the rest of the house celebrated the birth of their next lord, Lady Chacha was abducted from her chambers. This time the assassin was a Musha. Her inhuman powers wouldn't save her as they had in her childhood. By then, though, resistance was the furthest thing from her mind. She'd always known this day was coming. If this is to be her fate, so be it. As she lay in the riverbank in the moonlight, hard gravel beneath her and a blade at her throat, Chacha thought back to that day long ago. She should have died back then and should have let them kill her. Survival brought her nothing but pain, but now it was finally over. Finally.
まあ人にはいろいろな事情があるのだろうが。
Ah, and then Hikaru shows up. Normally I try to stay out of people's
夜
business.
闇の中、剣持つ者が無抵抗の女を殺しかけている図というのはどうにも驚愕な。武者よ、そんな無粋な遊びはやめて、俺の相手を一差し務めてみてはどうか。
But an armored warrior posed to murder an unresisting girl, why, it lacks a certain panache. Come, sir, dispense with this frivolity. I believe I can offer a more stimulating engagement. A silver Musha descended from the heavens like a sliver of the moon comes suddenly to life. A princess, Chacha realized at once. A real princess, not like her. She had only the blood and title. This princess had nobility. The silver Musha, too, had reached a conclusion regarding the nature of the girl she saved. She summed it up thusly.
なんだ、負け犬か。
Oh, a loser.
つまらん目をしている。
It's those eyes of
どう
yours.
せさっさと死にたいとか考えているのだろう。
Blank, like you can't wait to die.
死んでも楽にはならんのに。死は停したぞ。絶
But
望し
death
て死
won't
ぬ
give you
者は
peace.
絶望に沈み続けるのだ。
Death
い
is
つまでも。
stasis. Those who die amidst despair are trapped in it forever.
お前のような奴にこそ部の方を叩き込んでやりたいが、どういうわけか波が効かぬらしいな。
What you need is a good strong dose of Might's Law, but the song doesn't seem to work on you, that's
こ
odd.
んな負け犬を殺しては光の部の汚れ。と言って放置していくのも、満天下を制覇せんとする者の行動ではない。
There's no honor in killing someone who won't fight back, and yet I've sworn to conquer all beneath the sun. To leave you alive would run counter to my path.
どうしよう。この負け犬、始末に
What a
困
conundrum.
る。
Why'd you have to be such a weakling?
やんぬるかなこれも何かの絵にし。負け犬の娘よ。お姉さんが人生相談の相手をしてやろう。
Well, everything happens for a reason. Perhaps I'm meant to cure your weakness. Come then, tell your Oneo-san what's wrong. Tell
う
you?
ん。さあ
I'm
言
an
え
excellent
言っ
listener.
てみろ。お前はどうしてそんなにもどうしようもなくみっともなく恥ずかしげもなくへたれているのだ。
Now start talking. How did you become such a wretched, miserable, pathetic sack of hopelessness? Is it that bad?
来年度の全世界挫折選手権に出場するため特訓中なのかと思えるくらいにはな。
I was certain you were training for next year's Despair Olympics. Oof. Hello there. It's so hard.
何が
What is? The voices, they won't leave me alone. I hear everyone always talking in my ear. That monster underground, it never stops screaming. I can't take it anymore. I just want it to stop.
すまない。綺麗さっぱり全然わからん。
I apologize, that made no sense whatsoever. I like the fact that Hikaru is clearly... It sounds like Hikaru is clearly communicating via mind waves, but she doesn't notice it, think it's unusual. She's just like, whatever. I can't tell if she's talking or communicating via, like, radio. It'd be really funny if she's just talking to someone via, like, high-tech communications, and she's like, wait, you don't have
だ
armor.
がそれは耳栓とかでなんとかならないものなのか
I don't suppose this problem can be rectified with earplugs? I
医
tried.
者でもダメか耳鼻科と
Doctors are no
か、
help?
あと考えなしに人に勧めると侮辱と受け止められてしまうことが多いので注意が必要な病院とか。
I don't mean ear doctors. Have you tried the kind of clinic that offends people when you tell them they should go?
なるほど厄介だな。
I see, you do have a problem.
しかしそれなら元を立てばよいだろう。
In that case, why not go to the source? The source.
何か知らぬが、お前の耳元で騒いでいる奴らがいるわけだ。
Because I
そ
understand
い
your
つらを
problem's
全員
noisy
抹殺
neighbors.
すれば静かになる理屈ではないか
I love her solution. Hikaru is so pure. She's like, as I understand it, your problem is noisy neighbors. Won't killing them quiet things down? Ah, yes. When in doubt, murder. I
な
can't.
ぜ
Why not? There's too many. I'd have to kill everyone in Izu to make their voices go away. Even that might not work. Might have to kill everyone in Yamato. What if that's enough? What if the voices don't go away until there's nobody left in the world?
そうか。
Mm-hmm.
なら殺したらいい。
Alright, kill them all, I say. It's so straightforward. If you're a telepath that can hear too many voices, just kill everybody. Every day I wake up and choose violence. Hikaru just likes straightforward solutions. Like, why think of a convoluted technological response when murder is perfectly acceptable?
ど
Why
うし
that
た
look? Did I say something
俺は何か
strange?
変なこと言ったか
See? She doesn't even think it's strange. She's like, that seems fair. Very. But that's why you like it, right? Hikaru is so
ど
fun.
うして世界中の人を殺さないとお前は楽になれないのだろ
How is it strange? You told me yourself you'll never have peace until everyone's dead.
なら殺す。単純な話だ。
To which I
三段論法
answered,
ですらない
kill them. It's perfectly logical, isn't it? Sort of, yes. That includes you.
そうか、決戦だな。
Alright then, it's a fight to the death. See? Isn't she great?
しかし奇遇。実は
Actually-
俺もお前と同じだ。
Our goals are quite similar. Oh,
世界すべてと戦い、打ち倒さねばならぬ。
I too must vanquish the world. But
愛
why?
を得るた
For
め、
love.
この光は人を超え、神の座に至らなくてはならぬ。
I must transcend humanity and become a god.
そのために全人類と戦って勝つ。
And to do that, I have to defeat the entire human race in battle. That makes no sense whatsoever, but I love
お
it.
前、実は執念深いだろ。
You're a resentful sort, aren't you? Can you fight?
どうして
What do you mean, how? You can't fight the whole world.
逆に俺が
And
聞こ
why
う。
not? Pray
ど
tell.
うして世界とは戦えない？
Yeah, why can't you take on the world? I mean,
だって
it makes perfect sense, right? It's the world?
負け犬め。
Coward.
なぜ諦める？
Why do you
相
surrender?
手が世界だから。
Is the world too
すべ
strong?
それがどうした？そちらが全世界全人類なら、俺は一個の港光だ。
What difference does that make? The world may have all of humanity on its side, but I have my dream.
対等の勝負を挑んでいけない理由があるか。
How's my stake worth any less than theirs?
戦う前から降伏して、望みを諦めなくてはならない理由があるか。
Should I be the first to fold? Why?
一つだけ教えてやろう。
Let me teach you a
とて
simple
も簡
truth.
単なことだ。
I'm listening, Hikaru.
戦うことは誰にでもできる。
Anyone can
敵が
fight.
どれほど強く大きくともだ。勝ち負けや優劣は知らぬ。ただ戦うことは必ずできる。
It doesn't matter how strong your enemy is or whether you have any hope of victory at all. Even at your weakest, you can still fight.
その意志があれば。
So long as you have the will.
この理屈が
Very
わからんなら
inspiring from a
お前は
psychopath.
骨の髄から負け犬だ。
If you still don't
手
understand,
の
then you
施
truly
し
are
ようも
hopeless.
ないな。
I can do no more.
だが、
But you understand, don't you?
本当にわからんか。
It doesn't matter how strong my enemy is. It doesn't matter that I can't win. I can fight. I can always fight so long as I have the will. As long as I have the will. Are we snapping back to Takamaru?
骨越中将閣下お待ちください。これより先は
Your Excellency, stop. You can't go.
この
Almost there.
上か。
ちゃちゃ丸
Kashimara?
ライチョウ。
Cho.
こんなところで何やってるの軍は
What are you doing here? What about your men?
それどころじゃねえだろ。チャーハン作ってる最中の中華鍋みたいになってんだぜ。城の中も外も。
Haven't you seen what's happening out there? It's like God decided to make fried rice and we're the fucking ingredients.
ええ銀星号が現れたんですってね
Yeah, that appears to be Kinsego's doing.
時代の身が心配だ。様子を見に行くから、そこ通せよ。
Mind stepping aside? I'm gonna check on Tokyo. I'm worried.
そうなの
Good
わか
idea.
ったちゃちゃ丸
Kashimara?
なんだよ。
Yeah?
あなた剣を持っていたの
I didn't know you had a Tsurugi.
ああ。まあまあ、悪くねえだろ。
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
そうね素敵よ三本爪なんて珍しいじゃない
A fine piece. I like the claws.
ありがとよ。じゃあな。
Thanks, I should go.
ねえちゃちゃ丸
Kashimara?
急いでんだってば。
I'm kind of in a hurry here.
マロの剣はど
What do you think of my Tsurugi?
膝丸かご立派だよ。おじじのひげ切りと並ぶ源氏の司法って呼ばれるだけのことはあるな。
Izumaru, it's nice. I can see why they call it a treasure of the Genji together with Grandpa's Higekiri.
うありがとう
Glad to hear that. Is Raicho not? It's hard to tell if Raicho's suspicious of her or not, because Raicho is actually a dumbass who would easily be fooled, but like he might actually be paying attention here because he seems to be stalling. It's like half the time you just compliment this guy, he just ignores any suspicious stuff you say.
もういいか。
We done?
ねえちゃちゃ丸
It sounds like he's suspicious. Chashimaru?
あなたは知っていたかしらお父様のひげ切りとマロの膝丸は対の品
You might not know this, but Hikekiri and Hizamaru were forged in the same fire.
片方が傷を負うともう片方は同じ場所にあざが現れるのよ
When one suffers damage, an identical scar appears on the other. Uh-oh, I think he's not just suspicious, he knows from the second he sees her.
あの日
On the day of the offering.
あの忌まわしい宝刀
The day
三体
father
の日
died,
膝丸の胸に現れたの
a scar appeared on Hizamaru's chest. I don't see any scar on your suit, dude. Oh, there's scars
この
now.
三本爪の傷跡がね
A perfect match for those claws of yours.
ちゃちゃ丸
Chachimaru.
ちゃちゃ丸
He's salty.
んなもので
You think you can kill me?
この今川内長は
You?
倒せると思うか
Killing me? And this is tough when she's in her actual Tsurugi form, let alone her personal form. All you hear is Mori from Raicho? Yeah. If only he had a spear.
シローのところに行くと言っていたわね。
You wanted to check on Shiro?
謀反人。お父様の次はシローということ
Right. First my father, now my nephew?
させるものですか。お前はここで死になさい
Well, not on my watch. This is where you die. Power armor, screaming, anger, red hair. Yeah, it's Mori, alright. It's Mori.
何がおか
It's
しい
so funny.
時王のや
Just
つ
thinking.
まだ無事かな。
I want to check on him yourself.
本当は当てが行くまでもない。
Yeah, I'm just the backup.
もう終わってるはずだ。
The plan worked. It's already over.
力じゃ勝負にもならねえけどよ。ライチョは
See,
少年の悪さ。
you could take me with one hand tied behind your back, but Raicho, when it comes to being a bastard,
勝ちだ。
I got you beat there.
お前
You done.
縁結びかな。
But just call me the matchmaker. Matchmaker? Okay, okay.
戦いの音
I
が
can still hear the fighting.
まだ遠い。
Getting
こ
closer.
れは
The sound of ruin.
破滅の響き。滅びるのか。
It's a miracle he hasn't been driven insane considering he's not in power armor.
六原が
The end of Rokuhara.
おじいさまの作った。
A grandfather's dream.
いや、
Nah.
滅びるべきな
Should
の
end.
か。六原は明日
Rokuhara is evil. Yup, yup. It needs to die.
僕も滅びればいい。
The audio doesn't usually skip that blatantly when we click forward, but it seemed to have done so there. And so do I.
なんだお前は誰の許しを得てここへ来た
What are you doing here? There's no place for the likes of you.
下がれ下がれ逆賊の娘風情が殿下の御前を汚しおって
Get back, traitor spawn. You won't foul his grace's chambers with your presence.
下がらぬとあらば切って捨てるぞ
Back or taste my blade.
待て、構わぬ。お通しせよ。
Let her pass.
しかし殿下
Grace.
世が良いと言っている。
Let her
それ
pass,
にお
I
前
say.
は意を唱えるのか。
You no longer swear fealty to House Ashikaga. Right.
皆下がれ。世が呼ぶまでは戻るでない。
Everyone leave me. I'll call when I have need of you.
Oh.
At once, my lord. Guards, I'll leave.
桜子殿、
My lady.
桜子殿、
My lady, I...
何を言えばいいんだ。
What am I supposed to say?
何を言えるんだ。
What can I say?
この人に対して
After what happened? Right, right. We had the scene in the castle take place outside. It wasn't visible in this route, but it was mentioned as having happened.
僕は
After I did
時
nothing.
何もできな
岡部の姫よ六原を語れ
How name you Rokuhara, daughter of Okabe.
いかに
God, monsters.
いかに
地獄の底から来たやつばら
He's from the lowest spot of hell.
いかにも
Yes. Yes.
何も
There's
言え
nothing I can say anywhere.
言えるわけが
Nothing I can do.
鹿が国打ち
Ashikaga Kuniuchi. There was something. One thing I could do for her. And this is how it should be?
まだよ。
No.
アッキの棟梁。あなたにはすることがあるでしょう。
Finish the job, Lord of Fiends.
アッキの
Lord of Fiends.
棟梁。そうか。
Of course.
僕はもう六春の長として。アッキの
The only place for me in her heart
この人の心の中にいられない
is the Shogun of Rokuhara as a symbol of the evil she hates.
なら
Then
ちゃんと
that's what she wants.
僕は
That's what I'll be.
アッキの王。
Most impressive, my lord.
お上手ですのね。さくら。
Ripperoni. The Edge. Yeah, it's kind of weird that she just let him kill her, but alright. Shira.
ライチョウ様
What-
ライチョウ様
What is it?
鎌倉上空に進駐軍のガレーキープが再び現れました
An airship, my lord. The galley keep appeared above the castle.
ガレーキープが
Galley keep
間違いないのは
Yep.
今さら
What do they want now?
何をするつもりで
I mean, he's the one in charge of the country when that happened and was personally in attendance, which generally means he's signed up on it and had no objections. So I'd be pissed too. I mean, sure, he's like, I don't know, like 14 years old, but if you're in charge of the country, you're in charge of the country and responsible for things your event does. And the people directly under your command, so he's not got that much of an excuse, although the part where she's just like, kill me, maybe I can get that one. The rest was whack. I don't know, she just probably wanted to die after that suffering. And didn't see a future? Maybe. I mean, I don't know where her future is, other than being some random person. Some random person living in the forest, hoping that, like, one of the million soldiers of Rokuhara don't murder you after you kill him. Or murder you when you leave the room. Neato look. Muramasa and I see at the same time, a tiny shape slumped against the wall.
ちょちょまる
Chachamaru!
いや、
Big bro, that was
早い
fast.
ね、お兄さん。もうちょっとかかるかと思ったんだけど。
Chachamaru is injured, and at a glance I can tell the wound isn't light. The clinical part of my brain assesses the damage, measures the blood on the floor, and reaches the simple conclusion. He's dying. Not even a Tsurugi could close this wound before her life fled.
どういうことだ
What happened?
最後の最後でヘマやっちまいました。
I fucked up right when I had it all in the bag.
誰にやられた
Who did this?
ライチョウ、
Oh, Raicho.
お弓久保に
General Imagawa.
国氏を殺しに行くところだってのがバレて、いやー、きつい一発もらいました。
He figured out I was headed to kill Kuniuchi. Damn, that son of a bitch hits hard. He laughs through bloodless lips.
ほんとバカみてえ。いらんことして地雷踏んで。
Feels pretty stupid right now. I feel pretty stupid right now. Got so worried I ran right into a minefield.
想定外のアクシデントが多かったから念には念をのつもりだったんだけど裏目に出たな。
Things kept going wrong, you know. I thought I should double check, and it turned out that was the wrong play.
だって本当は陰謀ってのにとことん向いてなかったのかもね。
To be fair, things are going so badly for her today that I can totally understand being like, I need to check that at least one of my plans is working. Even if you end up dying for it, I don't know. There's pretty good odds that it wouldn't work. I'm starting to think maybe I wasn't cut out to be a villain.
向いていなかったのだ。
You aren't. The words fall from my lips unbidden, perhaps a vain attempt to prolong the end. I can feel her fading away in my arms, and nothing I can do will stop
き
it.
っと他にもやり方はあった。
You could have found another way, I'm sure of
あっ
it.
た。
You think?
あったのかな。例えばお兄さんに
Maybe if
一
you
緒
by
にいて
myself
ほしいって思ったなら
reaches out with one trembling hand,
力ずくで洗脳なんかしなくても
instead of trying to take you by force.
こうして
Her hand closes on my index finger, her grip is feeble but warm.
一緒にいてってお願いすればよかったのか
Should
な。
have just said please.
そうしたら
I think you might have said yes.
聞いてくれた。でも
Well, her hand falls
で
away.
は力ずくで奪う方を
I chose to take what I wanted.
失敗したからって今さらお願いなんかしないもんね。
Doesn't mean I can ask you now.
ちゃちゃまる。
Gotcha,
来
Mark.
るよ
Here comes brother.
空。
Look. Kachimara points her chin at the window, and I turn, realizing even as I do that once again I was too late. And there, a speck of light falling from on high. Beneath it shines the silver star. Okay. Bomb drop and go.
良き敵であったな。両タヌキ正国か。
So Tanaki
歴史に名を
Masaki,
残しただけのことはある。
a worthy opponent, the histories don't do it justice.
ミド、どうした
You know what's wrong,
先
keep
ほどから
staring
上
at
ばかり気
the
にかけ
sky.
て。うん。何かちょろちょろしておるな。
That speck
あれ
was
が気に
bothering
障
you?
るのか
It's awfully small.
新規修練
Graviton shard?
ミド、何をする
You know what are you doing?
備えろ村正。なんだか知らんが
Do yourself, Muramasa. I don't know what.
なんだか知らんが
Something's coming.
恐ろしく忌まわしいものがやってくる。
Something that doesn't belong in this world.
何
What?
なんだ
No, what is
あれ
that?
は
考えるな。考えてもわからん。
Don't try to understand. That's our enemy.
最大の力で抑え込む。
We'll need all the power we have to contain it.
承知
Understood.
ブラックホールフェアリーズ
Oh, it actually said Black Hole Fairy. Didn't they say something else in the translation? I could have sworn the first time we saw that it was a different line.
あの
That's
八幡宮で見せた
power they used at the shrine. A howling void opens above Ginsego and swallows the glittering dot. At least we get to watch this scene instead of just waiting for it. That's just getting the aftermath. Impossible.
この神秘の渦で飲み込めぬものが
Power not even the void can contain.
これは
Here. The thing is unthinking, unknowing, uncaring, not cognizant of anything at all, even as the smallest insects are. Not intelligent, alive but empty. Empty? No, it has a heart, a mighty heart unfettered by conscience. Pure and untainted, absolute, bursting with a single primal emotion. Hate. It feels hate. Not as humans understand it, or murderous rage, or icy malice, or a child wishing its parents dead. Those are but pale manifestations. This is hate as a force of nature, mindless, perfect, empty, and full. It is, in a word, darkness. The great black pit that swallows the sun, the elemental evil that bears no guilt, the ultimate rejection of good and light. Hatred enough to fill the universe? What force could prevail against such darkness? Light? Love? The bonds people share? Can a kiss? Can sweet words banish this darkness? Am I supposed to be impressed? The void's coming apart.
そんな
Oh, the
母
powers
様
go
の
back.
あの術が破られるっていうの
Wasn't she able to do this last time?
ダメかダメなのか
Life succumbs to death. Affection fades in time. Betrayal severs the strongest bonds. Love? Maybe love is strong. Maybe love's light is the brightest of all, but darkness is always a little bit stronger. Don't you see? You'll never win. For good things always turn to rot and let the evil in. They're losing. Do you forsake me, God? You. Cheering for Hikaru.
乙女の一年
You know
なめるでないわ
nothing of a maiden's love. Don't struggle, it's pointless, you have no hope. It doesn't matter how hard you fight. Darkness wins in the
そ
end.
れがどうした
And what of it?
愛は儚いかもしれぬ
Hello?
弱いものかもしれぬ
Love may be fleeting, it may be
移ろい
a
やすいのか
fragile,
もしれん
dreamlike thing. It may come and go with the phases
形
of
の
the
ない
moon.
夢なのかもしれんだが構わぬ光は永遠の愛など求めない
No matter. I do not wish for eternity.
一瞬でいい
Give me one moment.
一瞬の真実さえ得られるならこの命には確かな意味があった
One moment of pure, unsullied truth in my life will have had meaning.
闇よ
Darkness always
貴
wins the
様は
end.
最後に必ず勝つのだな
And know this.
ならば貴様の存在こそがかつて光が存在したことを証明する
Your existence is proof there was once light.
されだけ貴様などお呼びではないこの世の果てでいつまでも出番を待っているがいい
Begone darkness, there's no place for you here. Wait forever at the end of time for the finale that will never come. There.
消えた
Gone?
教授
Rest
消え
of
て
they're
しまい
gone.
ましたが
The
鍛
bomb
造ライダンも銀星号も
and Ginsego.
違うよ。
No, Lieutenant.
消えていない。
Not gone.
極小の黒点になった。
They've become a singularity.
限界以上に高められた重力によって自ら崩壊したのだ。
Crushed by their own gravity into a point of infinite density.
失敗したということ
And the plan
Disco.
failed?
いや、
No?
成功だ。
It worked!
重力の渦である黒点は地球中心方向へ向かって落下する。
At this moment, the singularity is falling towards the center of the Earth. $150 to travel, by the way. Or 115 is the goal. The ocean's shining. This water?
みほー。
教授腕がガラスみたいに足も
Turning to glass, my leg!
素晴らしい。この光、神の命を宿した水。
These shining droplets are the seeds of life,
剣の元素だ。
the origin of Tsurugi.
おお、何もかもが水晶のように。
Everything's turning to crystal. Wait a minute, I've played this game. That's Tiberium, my friend. Wait, Tiberium is made by aliens.
金属の水晶。剣鍛造という過程を経ずに濃密な水を浴びれば、このように
By
純
immersing
粋に
ourselves,
神の一部となるのだ。
by immersing ourselves in the purest of water, we become more than any Tsurugi, we become truly a part of God.
万物を結びつけるアガペ。
His love will join us all.
やはりそうか。これがクリスタルナハトの真実だったのだ。
The truth of crystal now.
栄マなるアドルフ。あれを神の啓示と見たあなたは正しかった。
Why is Adolf, you were right, that night was a message from God. What a line! What a line!
あなたを信じた僕は正しかった。
And I was right to believe in you.
僕の無双、神の推定は
My
正
theories, my
しかっ
fantasies,
た。
all of them right.
見える。
See you.
僕には見えるぞ、神。
I see you.
宇宙の果てから訪れた金属の生命。
Creature of living metal come to us from the furthest
あな
stars.
たを理解したのはこの僕だ。
It's I who knew you.
あなたを導いたのはこの僕だ。
I who
あ
led you.
なたを犯したのはこの僕だ。
I who dragged you into the light.
このウォルフラム・ホン・ジーバスが地球に覚醒をもたらし
Now
た。
I, Wolfram von Sievers, have changed the world forever.
おお、新たなる世界よ。
A new world.
新たなる時代よ。
A new age.
黄金の夜明けよ。
I give you the golden dawn.
シーク入る。
Well, at least that one's easy to understand. So does their blimp crystallize and crash or what?
何が起きてるの？
What's happening?
柱が
Pillars of light? You know, to the south.
相模湾か。
Tagami Bay. From the bay, or from the ocean beyond, a massive pillar rises, the largest by far. It reaches past even the clouds, as though to loft its creator to the highest heaven. You made
届
it.
いた。
What?
届いたんだ。お姫
Princess,
は
she made it. She reached God.
神の座に。
村正。
Oh no. Muramasa. In the sky?
空に。
Hey, it came up. We woke the crystal. We woke the crystalline entity. There's no way that I've seen enough Star Trek episodes. There's no way this will go poorly. A sun?
太陽。
Oh shit! It was an Eva. Oh, true. The Diamond Eva. Yep, forgot that one. Yeah, the Diamond Angel. Yeah, forgot that one for a second. A sun. A second sun.
夜明けだ。
The dawn.
黄金の
The golden
夜
dawn.
明けだよ。
Ramiel is here. Alright, here comes the Ginsego chant again. It's auto-playing this time. We'll just let it go. Y'all know the chant at this point. I've read it like 5 times. Have we acquired enough strength to drive everyone insane? Dang, that's a nice CG. Hey, looking good. We reached the bottom. Okay, the first angel arrives. In Japan, of course. That's why they built New Tokyo. Gachamaru is stronger than I thought. She clings to life for a few days more. Oh, like we're fast forwarding a couple days? I guess nothing too crazy happened. Eventually she asks to see the sky, so I carry her out to the castle courtyard and lay her at the base of a pine. The chaos subsided, the castle lies empty, we need not fear attack. Muramasa withdraws to a respectful distance, leaving me to sit beside Chachamaru and stay with her to the end. She's Saruki and can heal from any injury that's not lethal, but she lasts 4 days and then is dying. Second sun still hangs in the sky, but though people have taken to calling it such, it shares little in common with the sun beyond its appearance. It moves freely, unbound by gravity, and emits light but no heat. Experts call it a mass hallucination, though they can't decide whether it's naturally occurring or man-made. Although I hear there's an international task force in the planning, given the current political climate, I doubt it will bear fruit.
あれは本当に光なのか?
That truly Hikaru? Yep. Though her voice is weak, I sense no doubt.
あれはお姫で、指定の牢獄から解き放たれた神だよ。
Can't tell where one
ど
starts
っ
and
ち
the
が
other
食っ
ends.
てどっちが食われたんだかはよくわからないけど。
Chachamaru, we're just chilling out, cuddling with Chachamaru. How is she dying? She looks fully intact, but her regen wasn't enough. I'm kind of lost on that one. You can't tell where the god starts and the princess ends, but hey.
声が
its
変
voice
わ
has
ったん
changed.
だ。
声が
What?
聞かせたでしょ、あのクソったれな神様の雄たけび。
It's softer now.
あれが柔らかくなった。今は子守歌みたいに聞こえる。
Her voice, I'm sure of it. She's singing like a lullaby.
お姫の声だよ。お兄さんには聞こえない？
いや、聞こえるような気がする。
Perhaps I can. A breeze blows from the second sun. If I close my eyes and bend my ear, I can almost detect in its gentle whisper the strains of a familiar song. Ginsego's song, the cursed hymn, calling one and all to battle.
この声は世界を包んでる。
Everyone can hear it now. The whole world is touched by her song.
気づかずにお姫の歌を聴いてる。
Well, for copyright reasons, they had to reorder them. So
だ
that's
から
why.
か。だから。だ。
Gachamaru said something. The look in her eyes is the answer. Is all the answer I need. Only a few days have passed since the god was unleashed, and already the world seemed upheaval to rival any year or decade in history. It began in the Middle East, Muslim nations rising up all at once against their British sovereign. The region had long chafed beneath the colonial yoke, and such uprisings had happened before, but this time there was no warning or any sign of cooperation between the rebellious powers. It was every nation for itself. The Han Empire, meanwhile, collapsed, torn apart in the blink of an eye by a palace coup, provincial uprisings and general rioting among the populace. The Emperor, a British puppet, fled to the Queen's protection. Even Europe is challenging British supremacy on the Iberian Peninsula. The feared General Francisco Franco declared Reconquista against Great Britain, and for the moment his forces have the advantage in the field. In Italy, Mussolini returned. Il Duce was killed in the Second World War. This man's certainly an imposter, but people are flogging to his banner all the same. Almost if they don't care, as long as he gives them a reason to fight. Even the British Isles aren't safe across the country. Peasants and workers are taking up arms in retribution for decades of economic oppression. Bankers and businessmen are being murdered in the streets, and mobs have even stormed Buckingham Palace. Taking advantage of the turmoil, perhaps acting on a whim, the Russian Empire invaded Poland. Ripperoni Poland gets invaded in the 1940s, no matter what happens. A dispute over diamond mining rights in the Transvaal have escalated into all-out war. In the South Pacific, Aotearoa, the last bastion of free indigenous people in the region, broke its long peace with the colonial government in Australia. The list goes on beyond the borders of the empire. Two great powers of South America, Brazil and Argentina, are at war. Indonesia, once united, split into squabbling factions. Thailand and Burma reignited their age-old feud. And on it goes. In short, every spark of conflict that existed throughout the world burst all at once into open flame. Yamato is no exception. War still rages between Rokuhara and GHQ. No longer confined to Kamakura, anti-shogunate rebels are attacking everyone. Factional strife abounds on both sides. It's chaos and growing rapidly. If Chachimaru is correct, then all this conflict, all this death is not, as some experts insist, due to humanity's collective zeitgeist rejecting imperial rule, but because a single heart cried, "Let it be so."
銀星号の精神汚染が世界全土を狂わせつつあるというのか。
Psychic pollution is infecting the entire world.
範囲が広いせいで汚染の進行は遅いみたいだけどね。
The world's a big place. It takes time for the
あ
waves
と
to
1週
penetrate.
間くらいかな。
I give it another week.
全人類が戦うだけの獣になるまで。
They just start killing each other.
それは人間世界が滅ぶということだ。
Talking about the end of civilization.
鋼鉄で守られるから武者は残るよ。
Musha are protected. They'll hang around for a while. If it's infected the whole world, why aren't we infected? Because Ginsego's psychic corruption just makes you act in alignment with your motives without restraint. So, our character's only motive was at one point to save Hikaru. And if she's up there sort of safe, he doesn't really he shouldn't really care. As his only motives were basically stop Ginsego from killing people and save Hikaru, who is also Ginsego. So I'm kind of okay why he's not doing anything too crazy. Because if you don't have what I think they're saying right now is that it's not very effective. It's like really weak. So it's just pushing people who are already down for like fighting to fight more often. That's what I assume it is right now. As it basically just drives people berserk slowly. So it's like lowering people's thresholds of, nah, I shouldn't do that. So if you're like, we should rebel against British rule, and you're like, ooh, that wouldn't be safe, let's not do that. But you're like seriously considering it, or say you're actually like building a rebel force, then you're presumably going to actually act faster. Perhaps too fast, right? You'll, instead of waiting until you're like positive you'll secure the country or whatever, you're like, let's act now because I'm not waiting, and that's why it's like conflicts that could have happened are happening at the same time. Presumably it just lowered everyone's threshold of I should act decently. Everyone's resistance to acting on impulse. That and her idea is like you should fight, so presumably it'd be act on impulse to fight rather than something else. She wants you to fight for supremacy. As her goal is to be God. Her goal is to be achieve godhood by ending society, and thus no longer being bound by society's rules. And she follows the law of fight, which says the strongest survive, no exceptions. Oh.
本当にとりあえずのことに過ぎないだ
How
ろ
long? Society can't
う。
function
武
with
者のみ
Musha
で社
alone.
会を維持できる道理がない。
そうだね。
Yep.
社会が
Oh, and
崩壊
Chachimaru
し
is
て
Chachimaru is
死に
not
絶えて
human.
ゆくか。
Chachimaru is gonna be immune.
それより先にみんなガラスの像になるか。
I guess it's the question of which comes first, the collapse of civilization or everyone turning to glass. Oh yeah, glass, I almost forgot. Madness isn't the only change. The second sun is wrought. It's the rain, if it can be called that, is every bit as deadly. Rays of liquid light falling from the sky. They seem to strike entirely at random, and no region on Earth is beyond their reach. The light transforms everything it touches, not only human beings, but plants, animals, and some forms of inorganic matter into what can only be described as statues of crystalline metal, transparent like glass, but hard as Sarugi steel. Investigating this phenomenon has proven difficult, as anyone coming into contact with one of these statues has a high probability of becoming one himself. The only thing which anyone is certain of is that the statues exhibit no signs of life. I would just like to point out that it's almost the same effect as Tiberium. Tiberium hits all inorganic materials as well. And spreads very slowly. But it spreads into anything it touches. And it's also a great source of power.
あれはやはり
Are they dead?
死
神の仲間になり損なったっていうのか、なりきっちゃったっていうの
I
か。
guess you could say they failed to reach God, or
実
maybe
際
they
どっちなんだ
succeeded
か
too
は
well.
当てにもよくわからないけど、
I'm not really sure myself.
生き物としては
Either way, yeah.
死んだも同然だろうね。
Consider them dead.
あの雨も
The rain
Yamate.
too.
地球全土を覆う。
Cover the earth? Oh, it's only a matter of time.
やっぱり大して時間はかからないと思うよ。
世界が
World's ending?
このままなら。
Yep, sure is. She says it with the casual indifference of a school teacher marking an exam. I shouldn't be surprised, after all. She made this happen.
それでどうする
What will you do now?
お前たち緑竜会は念願かなって神を呼び
The
出した
Green Dragon Society. You've won, your god's here.
それでこれからどうするつもり
I'm
だ
asking what now?
さあね。た
Oh, I don't
み
know.
んなこれで気が済んで自殺でもしてるかも。
I just knew was thinking that far
そ
ahead.
れとも今更後悔して慌てふためいてるかな。どうもそっちのが多そうだ。
The ones who feel they got what they wanted, they probably offed themselves by now. The ones who wish they could take it back, well, they're probably freaking out, yeah? Something tells me there's more of them.
お前たちは
How could you?
言ったでしょ。くだらないクズの集まりだって。
Told you. Bunch of
その
nutcases.
程度だよ。あいつらは。
Worthless, a lot of them. Yeah, it was basically a death cult. That's fine.
あても
Me included. Pretty depressing, considering their goal was to create a god, and they're like, oh, this is the result. Alright, well. It's not Hikaru running around murdering people, but it's also kind of boring. It's so mid. It's so mid, it's just like, alright. So people are slightly more berserk because Kinsego, and it might be getting worse. And then, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, Golden Rain turning people to metallic crystals. Alright.
どうすれば止められる
Is there any way to stop it?
世界の滅び
End
を
the world?
あ
Yeah.
あれを壊すしかないだろうね。
Or that thing, I guess. Gachimara doesn't gesture, perhaps she no longer can, but her eyes indicate the second sun. It's the obvious answer. If that object is causing the present chaos, destroying it should bring the calamity to an end. But how?
とても行きつけん
We'll never make it.
どう見ても成層圏超えて
It
る
looks
も
to
ん
be well
ね
above。the stratosphere.
無者の気候で届く高さじゃない。
Musha can't fly that high.
コロンビアード砲で打ち出してもらうしかなさそうだ。
Maybe you can find someone to shoot you out of a can?
月面まで行く気はない
I'd rather not end up on the moon. Besides, that film was hardly based in science.
待ってればいいよ。
Ah, just wait.
待つ
Wait.
あれは。お姫は必ず降りてくる。
The princess will descend, just like angels. Oh, it really is NGE. Even the princess will
もうす
descend.
ぐ
They come to take
求
what's
める
hers.
ものを手に入れるために。
That object is coming here.
お兄さんは
All you have to do is
待
wait
っていればいい。自分自身を
and
整えて。
prepare yourself.
隊長のことか
You mean rest? Yoshimaru fixes me with her gaze. Though her eyes are cloudy and dim, I can't look away.
いい。
Then close, brother.
これはあてからお兄さんへの
My final warning.
最後の忠告。お兄さんは港影焼である限り、お姫には決して勝てない。
As
お
long
姫
as you
は
are Minato
港
Kageaki,
光なんだから。
you'll never defeat the princess. She's Minato Hikaru, you see?
お兄さんは無名の英雄になって、世界を守ることだけが目的の
You have to become a hero. You gotta forsake your
子の
name,
ない
your desire,
公の大義に従う武力行使者に
every aspect of yourself, and become a soulless instrument of justice,
本当の英雄になるんだ。
and nothing else.
俺は
資格の有無なんていい。それしかないんだよ。
Gotta put what you will think you are or aren't. This is your only chance. Kachimaru actually showing you how you can defeat her.
お姫を倒して
The only way to defeat her and save
世界
mankind.
を救える方法は
You listening?
いい
Make no mistake.
お兄さん、間違えないで。これは足利ちゃちゃ丸の
This is the curse.
お兄さんへの
Ashikaga Chachimaru's curse
こ
on
の
you,
世界へ
on the
の
whole world. Okay, hold up. I want to listen to this again.
これは足利ちゃちゃ丸のお兄さんへのこの世界への
I'm pretty sure that's her saying it's her own curse. It's her curse on you in the world. I feel like that would have worked better, right? Because this is,
これは足利ちゃちゃ丸の
this is Ashikaga Chachimaru's
お兄さんへのこの世界への
on on you and on the world. So presumably, this is Chachimaru's strike at you and the world on everyone.
最後の
Her final act of vengeance.
呪いだ。
That makes more sense. It's Chachimaru's curse. It's Chachimaru's final act of revenge on you and the world. That makes so much more sense. I think that because it's just Chachimaru's on you, on the world, final act of revenge. Makes sense. Okay.
Chachimaru.
Chachimaru?
疲れちゃった。
Tired.
そうか。
世界
Keep it.
滅びるところ
I wanted to see the world's end.
見たかったな。誰の声も聞こえない。静かな世界
To
で
feel
眠りた
silence
かっ
again.
た。
One more time. No regrets. Other than that, she couldn't live long enough to see her dream come to pass. Oh well. Look, I guess this'll do.
うぜえ神畜生の声はお姫の歌になったし、お兄さんの声は優しいし。
Instead of that asshole, the princess is singing. I've got you to whisper in my ear.
他の声
Everyone
は
else is far, far away.
もう遠いし。
Chachimaru.
うん。これでいいや。これで眠れる。お兄さん、
Bro, I'm here. I'm here.
さよなら。
あ。さようなら。
Goodbye, Chachimaru. Oh, that was a sad end. I'm sorry, Chachimaru. Like you couldn't heal your way to that one. I'm surprised she lasted that long, but them's the breaks, I suppose. So now what? Now what? The world's coming to an end. Are we gonna try to stop it? Nito,
ちゃちゃ丸は
is she
今、
gone?
そう。これ
That's
野立ちの
a piece of your Nodachi? That's right, I'd completely forgotten. Before that fateful day at the shrine, I was trying to restore Muramasa's Nodachi.
最後の卵はチャチャマルが持っていたのか。
So the last egg was with Chachimaru?
断片はこれで全部だな。
We have all the pieces?
ええ。これで野立ちを再生させられ
I
る。
should be able to reassemble it. Please
すぐ
do.
に頼む。
I'd like to be armed
脇差しのみで
properly.
戦いに臨むのは心もとない。
Before our next battle, considering we've lost our mid-range sword, yeah.
そうね。わかった。
Who's this girl? This is our spider. This is our spider robot waifu. She does it all. Turns into power armor. Is a cute dark elf. Yeah, she's got it. She got everything. Slightly crazy, you know, everything. Muramasa accepts the last piece without question. She knows as well as I do that our fight's far from over. I'll leave her to task. I need some time to think. Chachimaru's final words are still fresh in my mind. She's the armor? Yeah, she's the armor we always wear, my dude. Minato Kageyaki can't kill Minato Hikaru. Only a hero that the selfless defender of humanity can slay the savage conqueror.
Chachimaru.
Yes, you're inside her. Phrasing, but yes. She was born into this world as living armor, both human and Tsurugi, yet denied the chance to truly be either. Her suffering led her to set in motion a plan that would bring civilization to its knees. Unforgivable by any measure, yet having witnessed the fruit of her obsession, I can't bring myself to condemn her. I came to know her too well for that. Why did you choose to tell me those things? Why did she make those her last words? Though his appearance is sudden, I feel no surprise. Part of me must have known this would happen, that I couldn't go to my final battle without seeing him one last time. I heard from Captain Otori.
そうですか。鎌倉の様子は。
How's Kamakura?
むごい。
Horrible. I know better than to doubt his assessment. He's the man most responsible for Kamakura's security. If he says the situation's horrible, it must truly be so. And no wonder, when the chaos descended, GHQ forces were still occupying the city. I can only imagine what's happened since with Rokuhara troops on the loose. I'm sure he had better things to do than come looking for me, yet here he is.
秋高様。
Father.
県庁寺ではご迷惑を。
I must apologize for my actions at Kenchoji. It's kind of weird. I feel like we've reached the end of the story, but the credits haven't rolled yet. I don't know if you guys are feeling that, but I'm like, alright. Why wasn't this in the Chachimaru ending? A less depressing version of this would have been a nice ending for Chachimaru. Right? Like, they go down, and you and Chachimaru are like, we'll win. And then the ending is like 2 seconds later. And kind of lame. Why didn't we have like this scene as the ending for the Chachimaru route? This feels like I've gotten the actual ending to the Chachimaru route in the Muramasa route. And I feel I feel like, yeah, we could maybe go fight Kinsego in space, but I feel like this is a nice place for the story to end too. As the previous 3 routes end with the world is in chaos, the end. World's in chaos, things are happening at the end. Alright, well, apologies for Kenchoji.
いい。私にはお前を責める理由はない。
Not necessarily, I don't blame you for that.
どのような意味でも。
Or anything else.
影明。
Kageaki.
はい。
There.
あれは光なのか？
That Hikaru points to the second son.
すまんな。
Sorry, I overheard a
話
little.
を少し立ち聞きする格好になった。
Not your business, not your daughter. Sorry, I overheard a little.
いえ、
It's fine, yeah.
そうです。あれは光。銀星号。
Hikaru, Ginsego.
今世界を混乱に陥れているものです。
The source of the chaos consuming the world.
経緯が想像もつかんな。
I can't imagine how this happened.
ご説明しましょうか。
Would you like me to explain? It's an
口頭無
outlandish
形な話になってしまいます
story, I'm afraid.
そうだな。
No doubt,
いず
later.
れ頼む。
I don't have time.
今はあまり時間がない。
は、
Of course. Though duty calls, he makes no move to leave. I sense he's waiting. Waiting for words I'm meant to say and that he's meant to hear.
光は
Hikaru, she
父親を求めています。
wants her father.
そうか。
Ah,
あるいはと思わないではなかった。
I admit I had a feeling.
それが全ての根か。
So that's the root.
はい、
Yes.
すべての。
Of everything.
すまなかった。
I was wrong,
Kageaki.
Kageaki.
やはりお前に任せるべきではなかった。
Should never have left it to you.
私が決着をつけねばならなかった。
My responsibility to end it.
沖高様。
せめてこの先は私が戦おう。私にはその義務がある。
I'll do my duty now. Let me take Muramasa and finish this.
お前はもうこれ以
Done
上
more than...
いいえ、
No.
影明。
Yeah.
心得違いをなさらぬよ
Don't misunderstand. I tightened my gut, sharpening my words to be a blade of ice.
う。あなたの出る幕こそ、
You have no part in
もう
this.
どこにも
Not
ない。
anymore.
あなたは光を捨てた。
You abandoned Hikaru?
ああ、
Yeah.
私は捨てた。
I abandoned her as I
光
abandoned
だけでは
Subaru.
ない。スバルも。そしてお前に全て押し付けた。
I left you to pay the price for my failure. You're right, it's
そ
not
う
my
だっ
place.
たな。
はい。
No, sir. No, sir. Only caused several disasters. Because he wasn't here. Because he's a colossal dick. Is what it is.
光との決着は
Hikaru is my
自分がつ
responsibility.
けます。あなたはどうか
See to your own duties.
菊池秋高としてな
Kikuchi
すべきこ
Akitaka.
と。
You're no Kageeki. Or Minato, sorry.
わかった。
お願いします。
You should go.
あ
Yes, and Kageeki?
あ、影。
はい。
There.
すまない。
Sorry. 2 words, but heavy with years of guilt. I know what my answer must be. This exchange between us was only a prelude, its purpose to set the stage for what I'm about to do. Deliver this message is my duty, but it hurts all the same.
謝られる筋合いですらありません。
Oh no, you have nothing to be sorry for. Of course.
そうか。
Let's see.
では、
Well, take care.
な。
He turns and walks away, his shoulders stooped, his gait plodding. He looks like he's aged 50 years. I bow low until he's vanished from sight, and then I close my eyes and reflect. He's gone. Minato Akitaka, the man who gave me a family, has finally been laid to rest. It comes as both a relief and a burden. I can't say which feeling's stronger, I only know this was how it had to be. What?
村正。
Muramasa? I turn just in time to see Muramasa collapse and then revert to spider form. The look on her face before she changed was one of desperation.
何があった？
What's wrong? Light surges from Muramasa's armor. Silver light, the likes of which I've never... Silver? Mother's power is too strong. When we recovered the fragments of Muramasa's Nodachi, each came with a piece of Ginsego's power. Has collecting the final piece triggered something? I can't. And then Muramasa begins to change color, the silver slowly consuming the red.
まさか。
Oh no. This is what happens to those infected by an egg? Is Muramasa becoming a copy of Ginsego, or is she ascending to the next level? Can't believe I missed it. Obviously a trap, but you know. Gotta see if this is our way to achieve a power-up. Eggs can't enter my armor, but if I let one in... If I build it myself...
村正。
Muramasa. Of course, the fragments of Ginsego are also fragments of an egg, now complete. It's starting to hatch because we're foolish enough to let it. Doesn't matter if this is a deliberate trap or pure damnable luck. I should have known nothing's ever free. Our new power would come with a price. Well, I mean, it was free so far. I never considered this possibility. I'm as much to blame as Muramasa.
排除できないのか。
You get rid of it? It's just a sword. I'm trying. Consume it. Clearly it's not going well, like exercising a brain tumor. I doubt it's an operation she can perform herself. She needs help, but I'm the only person here and I have no idea where to begin. Still. Stay back. It'll infect you too. Okay, hold on, hold on. Is there nothing I can do? Muramasa's losing this struggle, even if her most valiant effort can only... Even her most valiant effort only delays the inevitable. I can do nothing but watch her suffer. I might as well be a goddamn scarecrow.
Muramasa!
Muramasa? She lifts a leg as if to tell me not to worry, but only groans reach my ears. Does she lack the strength to speak? What can I do to help? Nothing. A Tsurugi can heal her master, but a pilot can't do the same for its Tsurugi? Not right. Never before have I realized how powerless the Tsurugi's master truly is. Such despicable weakness. Without donning my armor, without becoming a Musha, there's nothing I could... Wait. There is something I can do. If I'm a master, then as her master, the choice I must make is clear.
Muramasa.
Muramasa.
走行する
I'm gonna equip you. No! If you do that? If I do that, I expose myself to infection, but if I don't...
俺が精神汚染された時
When
お
I
前
was
はどうし
infected?
た
What did you do? Everything in your power to save me.
俺を助けに来ただろうが
Yep, everything.
それと同じことをするだけだ
And now it's my turn.
今度は俺がお前に力を貸す
My strength is yours, Muramasa.
Muramasa.
Never forget.
忘れるな俺とお前は無者だ
Only
二
together
人
are
で
we
一
whole.
気の
Tsurugi and Pilot joined as one. This is what it means to be a Musha. Separate we're weak, incomplete, but together we can stand against any foe. The battle against this egg is no different. Armoring will allow Muramasa to draw power from my heat. And most important, it will allow us to resist with 2 wills instead of 1. You're crazy!
言えたきりか
I could say the same about you. Well, don't blame me.
承
Whatever
知
happens. I... No dialogue, instant equip. The waves are strong, far stronger than I imagined. How has Muramasa not succumbed? Surely my meager strength won't suffice to turn the tide, any more than a single grain of sand can stand against the sea.
いいよ
Surrender isn't an option. I must win, so I shall. No matter what it takes. Easier said than done. The waves assault me from every direction as my will sputters and flickers like a candle in a storm. A death of 1,000 cuts. I'm vanishing piece by piece. And yet I desperately cling to my sanity, for I see it, a beacon of hope in the darkness. The power surrounding us has a source. It must be the egg. If I can only destroy it, Muramasa and I will be free. I reach out. Good night, my friend. The assault intensifies as if to crush us flat. Reach. It's too strong. Reach! Where is it? Where's the source? So I can just get my hand around it. More towers. Ooh, back in a memory. You're standing on the main street of a town. The scenery is familiar, but you can't put a name to it. Where are you? Home. Hometown. You recall you were searching for something, but searching for what? And for that matter, who are you? You know this place. You have business here, but to whom do these memories belong? One more thing you know. There isn't a moment to waste. Every second your mission goes unfulfilled brings you closer to... I don't know what. But you know it's unacceptable. You must find the answers to your questions with all haste. Fortunately, you have a sense of where they might be found. It's time to get moving. Choose a destination. Can I save? Let's see. Save load menu. Probably good to go here, I think. Yeah, whatever. We got extra pages. New page. These take, like, literal kilobytes to save. Who cares? Okay. First decision. Where are we exploring? The hilltop. You come to a hill overlooking the town. Oh, it's you. You're dead. What are we gonna do? Look, greet, ask, leave. Okay, ask. What's going on? Greeting is wasting time. Choose a topic. Oh. We know who she is. None of these seem relevant. Ourselves? Alright. He punches you lightly in the forehead. The impact clears some of the fog from your brain.
港影明よ。思い出した？おバカさん。
Who is she? She's a woman who died. She was with some bandits who are raiding our town. The leader, to be specific. And then she got murdered by her hella creepy brother. From out of nowhere. It was a long time ago. You may not remember it since it was the first route I think we read that in. He's key to our backstory. Come to a hill overlooking the town. We have other questions. She was useful. What am I here for? Ask. Your purpose.
あなたの目
Fair
的
enough. That's what the
それは
brief explanation's for.
あなたとして正しく生きることよ。
The bandits are basically the reason why our sister and us first put on the cursed Muramasa armor. You know, the bandits have 8 PCs. It's like they're bandits with guns who were like raiding the town for like a couple weeks. It was a bit of a mess. And so was the end of that arc. Because it doesn't end nicely, as Hikaru is crazy. Your purpose? To do the right thing, whatever that means to you.
決まってるでしょうに。
Same as it is for everyone else. Come to a hill overlooking the town. Alright, I'm leaving. Guess we'll explore everywhere, ask ourselves and our purpose for every location. Grand Manor. You're in the living space of the Grand Manor? Oh, it's this asshole. This is our grandfather. He's a dick. He's the guy who banned our father, or our father from the family. Yeah, knock off Zokin. This guy is also a colossal dick, as he's basically like, oh, you want medicine for your dying sister? I'll consider permitting you to give her medicine if you defeat every single bandit in town tomorrow. And you're like, excuse me, we've been like oppressed for a week, and he's like, not my fucking problem, go fuck yourself. So we can say at the very least Hikaru is sick and dying and in a horrible condition thanks to this wonderful fellow who's also her grandfather. Yeah, he's a terrible person. Kind of glad at least he died, since he's pretty awful. Like, it's like, imagine, all you have to do is, like, write a letter. All you have to do is sign off on a letter that'll save your granddaughter. You're like some old fuck not doing anything. And you're just like, go fuck yourself for like 6 months, and then you assign what is intended to be a near impossible task to get it done. What a dick. Kinda glad Hikaru probably killed him when she killed everyone in the city. Alright, ask. I don't want to ask about him, he's a dick. Choose the topic. Me, I'm special.
貴様はあの秋田亀がどこやらで拾ってきて港の家に入れたみなしごだ。養育の恩を忘れず、せいぜい我が一族のために尽くすがいい。
That ingrate brought you into the family. You owe the clan your loyalty. Never forget that. In the living space of a grand manor. Ask. What is my purpose here?
貴様は港の家を守ればよい。
Protect the Minato
その
house.
チリアクタのような命に変え
That's all
て
your
も
life
だ。
is worth. Well, the only person left of the house is Hikaru, so I don't know about that, my dude. Choose a destination. I kind of want to go to the hilltop again. I want to go to the hilltop and ask who she is. Yeah, I'm gonna go to... this isn't part of the guide, I might lose, but who cares? I'm gonna go to the hilltop and ask. I don't know how much time we actually have. We come to the hilltop. I'm gonna ask anyway. Who are you? The woman. Back to the random point-and-click adventure.
私
Oh, bandit captain. Isn't
誰
that
か
what you
さ
called
ん
me?
にはずーっと狩猟狩猟って呼ば
Oh,
れ
I
ていたか
suppose
しら。
you also called me worse? Too vague. Not interesting enough. Okay. Leave. We're going to the isolated home. We stand in front of your house on the outskirts of town. We know it's our house, apparently. Alright. Look, it's our mom. Here's the topic. Ask after yourself. Seems good.
私の息子。手はかかるけど、ま、自慢の種かな。
You're my son. I'm proud of you, even if you're a handful sometimes. Alright. Ask. The topic. Your purpose.
約束を守ってくれれば
Just
いい
remember your
さ。
promise, that's all. I assume we're hitting flags for doing these questions. Leave. The bedroom, the hilltop, the shrine. Oh, we got new options for doing this. Okay, the bedroom. You enter the bedroom, the air is quiet and still. Ask. Here's the topic. Your cell. The girl doesn't reply for a moment, however. She seems to look at you. Okay. Ask. Your purpose? The girl says nothing, but something tells you your purpose concerns her directly. Okay, we got some useful information. Nothing else here. Greet shouldn't do anything. Look might, but I don't think this is investigative yet. The shrine? We've been everywhere else. You're inside the shrine. Oh, who's this? Hello, let's ask some questions. Here's a topic. Yourself.
あなたは
You're my...
私の
You're inside the shrine. Ask. About your purpose.
あなたの目的
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have the answer.
ごめんなさい目的
Purpose? I have a purpose too, don't I?
そう私にも目的があったはず
Just noticed Muramasa has shoulder pads protecting her stomach. Interesting. Your shoulder pads protecting her stomach? Didn't notice that the whole time we've been playing this game. Interesting. You like look at the bottom right corner, you can see the shoulder pads that are present in her design there. Leave. Filled some of the gaps in your memory. Let's review. Your name is
港影
Hinata Kageyaki. Your purpose is
港光を
Hinata Hikaru. What do you have to do with her? The search continues. Alright, reset, but we got more information. Lady again, you come to a hill. Ask. Ooh, we have two choices now. Your purpose and Hikaru, alright.
あなたはきっと何をしても後悔するのでしょうね。
I'm sure you'll regret it no matter what you do.
何もしなくたって後悔はするのよ。
But will running from the choice spare you?
決断できなかったっていう後悔はきっと一番辛いんじゃないかしら。
Something tells me you'll regret doing nothing even more. Time to ask another question, like... What about Hikaru? Are we gonna go everywhere and ask my purpose and Hikaru? I assume that's what we do next.
あなたは港家に養子入りした人間で、光って娘の方が血統を継ぐ本当の子供なの？
You were
なら、
adopted...
もしかしてあなたたち、言い名付け？
And this Hikaru girl's the true heir to the bloodline? Does this mean you're engaged? We're engaged to Hikaru? Starts sweating nervously. Okay. Destination, this asshole's manor. You're in the living space of a grand manor. Ask. Here's the topic, okay? My purpose and Hikaru as usual.
光を守れ。貴様はそのために生き、そのために死ぬのだ。
Protect Hikaru to the end of your days. Oh, is that it? This guy's an asshole. Why would I trust him? So I guess we don't remember he's an asshole.
港の血統を継ぐ唯一の
Who's
子。
Minato Kaguya?
死なせてはな
Is
らぬ。
Hikaru?
死なせてはならぬぞ。
The only heir to the Minato priestess bloodline. She must not die, you hear me? Okay. Choose a destination. The home. Ask your purpose, and then ask Hikaru. Alright, Mom. Choose a topic. Your purpose.
光を支えてやってくれるか？
Can I count on you to look after Hikaru? Ask. Hikaru?
我が娘ながら反抗的だわ。手は早いわで困ったもん
He
だ。
pulls out a cigarette.
でもお前がこの通りの性格だしね。兄弟セットで考えればいいバランスかな。
She's my little girl. She's a real handful, that one. Headstrong with a quick temper, but you being the way you are, I suppose you balance each other out. We're like an emotionless robot. Our sister is overly emotional and a little bit temperamental. Okay. The shrine, we'll keep going. Down the list, we got 2 to go. Shrine. Let's ask our Tsurugi. What are we doing here? What is my purpose?
戦うこと。
To fight? Ah, okay.
そう、
And mine is to fight
私も
beside you?
あなたと一緒に。
Okay. We fight together with Red Fighter. Choose a topic. Hikaru, what do you think?
光？
Hikaru?
それは
That's the name of Mother's
カカ様の。
inside the pilot. Getting there, Muramasa. You're getting there. Okay, time to go to the bedroom, obviously. Enter the bedroom, the air is quiet but still. Fulfill your purpose? Well, we can't ask questions. Fulfill our purpose seems like the only thing to do. Time has come to fulfill your purpose, Minato Kageyaki. You must. Stab, stab, stab. Kill her. You must kill her or the world will die. You know your purpose, now carry it out. She's helpless to resist, whatever you do. Wring her neck if you like, cave her chest in, or perhaps you'd prefer to stomp her guts out or drown her in the bathtub. Douse her in kerosene and light a match. The choice is yours. Choose. Goddamn. We can beat her to death. We can stab her, slice her, strangle her, poison her, crush her. Let's just go for the quick, painless stab. Instantly fatal. What are those options? Different ways to murder your sister. Exciting, right? You flee the room. You must kill Minato Hikaru. But you can't bring yourself to do so. You need help. Perhaps you can find someone willing to assist you. Where will we begin our search? I know where I'm going. I'm going to my house. I'm gonna go get Muramasa. Muramasa, help, please. So much guys closer than before. A sense of approaching doom takes you. You must hurry. I don't want help from her. I wonder if she can even help me. I'm gonna assume that I need to go to the shrine. Is that correct? Pull up. Yeah, it is correct. Go to the shrine and ask for help. Alright. We're inside the shrine. I need help. We fight together, right? Ask for help. Ask the spider to accompany you.
ええ。一緒に戦いましょう。
Of course, let's fight together. The spider agrees. Leave your companion is an option. Nice. Alright, bedroom time. Right, back in the bedroom. Fulfill your purpose. We have even less options than before. You must die, but to you, Minato Kageki, you're powerless to kill her. Perhaps your companion will help. What do you ask them to do? Kill! Kill, kill, kill. Kill whom? Wait, we have a choice? Kill me or kill her? Wait, the guide says kill me? What? Kill me, I guess. Yeah, kill Minato Kageki. Hope you got a lot of save states. What?
どうして？
No, I
これ違う。
can't.
違いは
You must. We must.
これでいい。これで
This is it,
正
Muramasa.
しいのだ。
This is the answer.
村正。
ミド！
You know? This is the way. You exist to protect Minato Hikaru. You'll oppose any attempt on her life. Therefore, in order to kill Hikaru, first you must die.
やれ。村正。も
Our
う
character.
光を守る者はいない。
This makes sense, by the way. This makes sense because our character was basically allowed himself to get mind control because he couldn't kill Hikaru. Even when she was laying down, barely conscious in front of us while we had a sword, and we were just like, no, we can't kill her. Kill her, Muramasa. There's nothing left to stop you.
でも
I need you. I can't
私
do it.
はあなたがいないと。
Really?
何が足りない。
Heart do
手
you
足
need?
か。
My
心
arms,
臓
my
か。
blood? My
熱
feet?
量か。
What do you need?
それならここにある。邪魔な心を殺した後に残る俺の無からは
There you are.
全てお前のものだ。
My heart was the only way. Discard it and take the rest.
使え。
Use me. But your will?
あなたの心は。
そこにある。
It's in you.
俺の心の内。価値あるものは銀星語と戦う意志だけだ。
The only part of my soul
そ
that
の意
has
志
worth
は
is the
お
will
前が
to
持って
defeat
いる。
Insego. A will you share.
なら
What more do we
それ
need?
でいい。
Nothing. When your heart is gone, you will still have your steel. You'll still have the means and the will to wield it. You'll be a Musha, complete and invincible.
これが
Muto, is this? We're achieving Chashimaru's recommendation.
これがあなたと共に戦うということなの？ミド！
Is this what it means to be your Tsurugi?
そうだ。
Yes.
いつかお前が言った通り。
You said to yourself, you're not my
お前
guardian.
は俺の保護者ではない。共闘するものだ。そうだろうが。俺を守ろうとするな。
Your duty is
俺
not
を
to
救
protect
お
me.
うとするな。
Your duty isn't to
俺
save
を
me.
使い潰して勝利しろ。
It's to win no matter the cost, even if it means climbing over my corpse.
私の役目は
My duty is...
あなたの庇護じゃない。
Sorry, Muramasa.
私の
My duty is to
役目は
行け村正。目的を果たせ。
do your duty.
それが卵だ。
That's the egg.
了
Oh,
解。
right. And there it is, the formula for victory. Abandon self, slay your heart, and become the righteous hero. Slay the evil conqueror, save the human race. But don't forget now, think real hard about what this means. You'll do that for me, won't you, Mito? Always wanted to call you. Back, though of course I was never gone. My vision resolves into the familiar castle courtyard. It appears that almost no time has passed, and I quickly assess my condition. It's nighttime now. A lot of time has passed. What are you talking about, bro? Muramasa and I remain unchanged. Her armor no longer shines with the silver light. And on the ground before us, go look. The Nodachi. I see it. On the ground before us lie a massive blade, our lost weapon, Muramasa's Nodachi.
ようやく取り戻せたな。
I missed it.
え
Me too.
あ
Oh, something different.
でも何か変。
変。
Different.
これ
You tell?
前と少し違ってない？
Upon closer examination, I see what she means. The Nodachi looks different than before, though I can't put my finger precisely on it.
何かしら？
Wonder why is it?
カカ様の力が混じったせい？
Others' power?
うん。
No, there's something else.
他にも何か。
そうか。
Ah. Holding the crescent blade at eye level, I peer at the pattern etched into the steel. In the seemingly random waves and whirls, I feel like catch a glimpse of a familiar face.
弱体化したわけではないだろう。
I think the change hasn't weakened it
そ
any?
れは、
No, if
う
anything,
ん。むしろ逆なんだけど。
it's stronger.
ならいい。あまり気にするな。
ミドがそう言うなら。
Say so, Mito.
それより、名をつけよう。
I know. Why don't we give it a
生まれ
name?
変わったようなものだからな。
To celebrate its rebirth, as it
ね
were.
えよ。
A name?
何か考えがあるの？
You have something in mind?
ああ、
Yes, if you don't mind.
お前が構わなければ。
The name rises to my lips.
虎鉄。
I was thinking Kotetsu. Legendary sword Kotetsu, here to slay a god. Mount Fuji and suddenly white. Gachimaru was right, the second sun begins its descent early this morning. By noon it had vanished from the sky, and with it the harshest of the light. Though a smoky glow still remains to mark its new abode.
富士。
Fuji,
ちょうど山頂のようだ。
so it would seem. Mighty Fuji, guardian of Yamato, symbol of permanence and eternal majesty, and now the throne of an alien god. Perhaps the glow on its peak is the symbol of divinity, perhaps a prelude to fire and ash. I don't see a god there. Please update CG.
村正、
Muramasa.
ミド。
行こ
Let's go. Let's go, Mito. There's nothing more to be said. The past we share tells us all we need to know. It tells us who and what we are. It tells us what we must do now. I see this fight through to the end. I must stop Hikaru, and Muramasa must stop her mother. Together we will defeat King Segu. If it means killing a god, so be it.
う。鬼に会うては
Our last
鬼
armor
を
up.
切る。仏に会うては仏を切る。
There are demons, I slay them. Where there are saints, I slay them.
剣の断り。
Fine. It's the
ここに
way
あり。
of the sword. Armoring up for the last time. Oh, first person perspective. Been a while. Been a freaking while since we got first person perspective, or even a second. Got a new sword, a fancy one. Time to end this. Off we go to Mount Fuji for our final confrontation with Hikaru. As the light of dawn touches the sky, we strike for Mount Fuji for the gold at its peak. We aren't gonna see that today.